to make a video of my pregnancy journey that I went through because I didn't get to share it while I was pregnant, and I'll go into more details of that. So let's get started. Well, first let's have warning. It's gonna be very graphic and adult language, you guys. Adult language. Just want to warn you guys of that because I'm gonna go into details and tell everything. Uh, Keep in mind, I do love my husband because I'm gonna be spilling the tea. I want no shade throwing. I want y'all to be like, coming after him or coming after me. So I'm just warning you guys. So,
that bad? God.
so this was my pregnancy during 2014, the year of 2014. Okay, so March the 4th, my period started and then stopped on the 10th. On the 12th, I had sex. On the 19th, I had sex. Yes, you guys, I plan and write down everything. Because I don't want to forget anything. I am a planner, honey. And I keep a journal. Anywho, so April the 11th, I weighed myself. I was 157 pounds. Yes, I know, fat. I know I'm fat. On the 14th, my breast was very sore and very heavy. Like, when I woke up on the 14th, it was just like, I woke up, I was like, oh, ouch, ooh. It just didn't feel good. I was having lower back pain, so I took a pregnancy test, and it said positive, but it was very light. Like, you could barely see the lines. It was just, you could see one dark line, and the other line you could barely see. So on the 15th, I was having sore breasts and cramping, and my skin was extremely oily. Like, my skin is already oily, but it was extremely oily on the 15th. And I was so sleepy, you guys. Like, I was going to sleep, like, everywhere. Like, while I be at work, I was just, like this at work, I was tired, So on the 18th, I took another test, and it was positive, and the lines were dark this time. And, like, both lines were dark, and my breasts were hurting. So, you know how you take a pregnancy test, and you be like, something wrong with this test, it's not working, you know what I mean? Like, even though I would see it on the pregnancy test, I still was not believing it. I was like, this test is tripping, you know what I'm saying? Because, first of all, I got it from the Dollar Tree. Hey, Dollar Tree! I got it from the Dollar Tree, so I was like, this test is wrong. So, anyways, the 23rd, I went to the doctor, and they did blood work and took a pap smear. On the 26th, April 26th, I was having morning sickness all day. I don't even know why they call it morning sickness because I was sick all day. On the 27th, April 27th, I was having cramping. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm not pregnant because I'm cramping. Like, why would I be cramping if I'm pregnant? So on the 28th, you guys, I had gas. And when I say gas, you guys, like, it was a sharp pain. Like, I felt like I was dying. It was a pain, like, on my side and my stomach, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't even know it was gas. I thought I was just dying. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? But then, once I passed gas, I was like, oh, okay, it was gas. Okay, all right. Because I had never had gas like that before, not to where it hurt. And I was nauseous, you guys, very nauseous, and I was sleepy, and I had no appetite. Like, I wasn't hungry, and then when I did try to eat, I couldn't eat because I felt full, if that makes sense. Like, I hadn't ate, but I felt full. So on the 29th, I was very nauseous, and I was sleepy, and still couldn't eat. And then, on the 30th, I went to the doctor, and they did a sonogram, and that's when they told me I was 6 weeks pregnant, and we got to listen to the baby heartbeat. Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. We got to listen to the baby heartbeat, and it was 127. And my boobs were still achy. And then the doctor, they told me everything was good and everything. And we went to the doctor again when I was 9 weeks. And, I was telling them how I was feeling, nauseous and everything. So they told me to take some B6 for being nauseous and some Unisom and Colis stool softener because I wasn't able to go to the restroom. Because you know how you supposed to have a bowel movement every day. But I wasn't doing that. Like, I couldn't. So that's why they told me to take the Colis stool softener. So May the 4th, I ate some Whataburger and I threw up, and it was like yellow throw up. And you know how they tell you if your throw up is yellow, that means you pregnant. So yeah, it was.
Really?
Yeah,
I never heard that.
they when I was back in college, when I had got sick and I threw up, and they asked me what color was it, and at that time I think it was like pink or something. I was like, okay, if it's yellow, you're pregnant or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not pregnant because it wasn't yellow. But anywho, so by that time I was 11 weeks, and I got sick at work because they were painting at work. Now, this is why I think it's so weird. Like, why would you be painting while people are there? You know what I mean? They should wait till nobody's at work to paint. But anywho, they was painting, and the smell of the paint, it made me so sick, and it was burning my nose and burning my eyes. I mean, it was horrible. So I ended up having to leave work early. And then in June, I was 12 weeks, and my voice started cracking. My voice had started cracking. Like when I talk, I couldn't do a full sentence. Like I'd be like, "Hey, hi, yeah," like my voice was like tripping, you guys, and I didn't know what was wrong. I'm thinking it was because I was thirsty, because I'm a dry, thirsty girl, honey. I gotta drink plenty of water, honey, because my voice, even my voice now, it's weird, you know what I'm saying? Because I need to drink water. When you thirsty, your voice sounds funny. So I'm thinking it's because I need water. So I would be drinking water, like lots of water at work, and it would still be stopping and cracking, and it was just horrible. So on the 16th of June, I was 13 weeks, and the doctor listened to the heartbeat with a Doppler. Because when you're first in the beginning stage of your pregnancy, they use the, I guess it's called a Doppler, but they stick it up in you to see where the baby is and see how big the baby is, because the baby is too small to do it from your belly. So this time when I went, they used the one that go in my belly, which I'm thankful for, because that one that go inside you, honey, let me tell you something. It's about this long, probably as long as your arm, honey. It's super long, honey. And they put it up in you, and it got this little round part at the end. The round part is huge, honey. They know the small part. It's real big. So you got something that's this long going up in you with this little thing. It's a bit, no. So I was very grateful for the one that go in your stomach. So when they were trying to do it with the Doppler on my belly, the baby kept on moving, honey. She was running. She was like, no, don't get me on the camera. No pictures, please, no. So, that was a task. And we was laughing at that. So they weighed me, and at that time, I was 164 pounds. So now we're up to, hold on, you guys. You want to get in the video. So now we're up to July, and I'm 15 weeks. So on the 2nd of July, I threw up right after I had finished eating a Marie Calendar, and I threw up again after I had brushed my teeth. And sometimes, you guys, when you're pregnant, the taste of toothpaste makes you sick. I don't know why. It like what it was. So I was brushing my teeth, and then my mouth started getting like really, really watery, and then I just threw up. So on the 8th, I was 16 weeks, and I passed out after eating some mac and cheese. Some macaroni and cheese, yes, made me sick, you guys. So on the 14th, I was 17 weeks, and I went to a doctor, and they told me I weighed 162 pounds, and the baby heartbeat was 156. On the 15th, my husband, he was acting like he don't love me anymore. Like, you guys, I was like so upset. I'm like, why he not asking me how I feel? Why he not in here rubbing my body? Why, you know what I'm saying? When you're pregnant, your hormones are like so crazy. So you get mad about simple stuff. So I was like tripping for real, you guys.
But you would tell me, don't touch you.
Yes, that's the
and
thing.
Leave me alone. So,
I know I would say those things because when I said it to you, I felt that way. But probably like 5 minutes later, I did want to be touched. So I mean, it's crazy. You know how it is, you guys, when you're pregnant.
It's crazy.
So on the 16th, I couldn't sleep because my hip was hurting so bad, you guys. Like my hip pain, it felt like somebody had karate kicked me in my hip. So on the 17th, I got sick again from eating some chicken Alfredo, and I couldn't sleep because of the hip pain. And then the 29th to the 31st, I was 19 weeks, and I was getting no sleep. Like, I could not sleep because the hip pain was so bad. So when I was 20 weeks, on the 8th, my husband, he felt the baby kick for the very first time. Like, I could feel her kick all the time because she's inside of me. But every time I'm like, touch my stomach, touch my stomach, she would stop kicking. Like, I swear, guys, every time I say touch my stomach, she would stop kicking. So finally, he felt her kick.
It almost made me cry.
Yes. Okay, so August, I was 21 weeks. August 11th, I was 21 weeks. And that's when the doctor told me that I was having a girl. You know, I had a feeling it was a girl. So you know how they say girls are active, and as much as she be kicking in your stomach, honey, I knew it was a girl. And they told me I was 160 pounds, and they told me that she was almost a pound. And her heartbeat was 169, and by this time, you guys, my voice was gone. Like, I no longer had a voice. So that's why I couldn't record videos, you guys, because I wanted to do an update every week for you, but I could not because my voice was gone. Like, you know how at first I was telling you it was cracking? Honey, by this time it was gone. I couldn't say nothing. Like, when I tried, it was something like this. Like that, honey. And, you know, that's not a good thing when I can't talk, because y'all know I like to talk a lot. So, where I stop at? Okay, on the 15th, I threw up so much that my nose started to bleed. Like, I was throwing up, and my body just started shaking. Like, it was like, you know how you throw up, and then just blood started just coming out of my nose, you guys. It was just horrible, honey. And then on the 17th, I started having Braxton Hicks, honey. Them Braxton Hicks. Hold on, you guys. Okay, you guys. Somebody got hungry. So, like I was saying, the Braxton Hicks, baby, they felt like real contractions, honey. I was like, no, this don't feel like no Braxton Hicks. I feel like I'm about to go in labor, honey. That's what it's feeling like to me. But, you know, that's what they say is Braxton Hicks. So, on the 20th, I was 22 weeks. And, hold on, yeah, my child, she's hungry. Yes, I'm still breastfeeding, you guys. I was 22 weeks on the 20th, and the Braxton Hicks, honey, they hit me again. And then on the 24th, I had Braxton Hicks, but they were so bad that I could not breathe. Like, I knew it was time to go then, 'cause I was like, oh yeah, she on her way. You know, some people, they have their baby early, or they have a miscarriage, or whatever, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, I must finna have a miscarriage, because I know this baby finna come out with this pain I'm feeling. So, on the 9th, I was 25 weeks. I had to go to a thyroid doctor so they could check my my voice and my thyroids. You guys, I had never heard of pregnancy bothering your thyroids. I had never heard of that. But, you know, that's what my doctor was telling me. That's why my voice was cracking. That's why I could not talk. And because what they said, it was swelling up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were swelling up, and they were just making it so that I could not talk. So I went to the thyroid doctor, and they checked to see if the medicine that they had gave me was working. And it was working. My voice was starting to come back a little bit. It wasn't all the way back, but it was starting to come back. So September the 11th, I had to go to the doctor, and they did a glucose test. And you guys, what that is to check to see if you have diabetes or whatnot. And I was so scared to take that test because everybody's telling me, you know, all your friends and family, they said, oh, when you take the glucose test, baby, they're going to make you drink this drink. They said it's so nasty. They said it just tastes like acid. You know, I mean, they just had me thinking the worst, you guys. So I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to drink it. So they give it to me, you guys. It was in a little soda bottle. That's what it looked like, soda. It looked like orange soda, honey. And I was just like, oh, no, I don't want to drink it. And they told me, they said, you have to drink this whole bottle in 5 minutes. And then we're going to do your test an hour later. And they was like, if you don't do it in a timely manner, you have to come back 2 hours later and take the test all over again. Yeah. So I was like, oh, no, how am I going to do this? You can't do nothing in 5 minutes if it's nasty. So let me tell you guys, I opened that thing up, and I put it in my mouth, and I took a sip. I was like, oh, this is good. It tastes just like orange soda, you guys. It was so good. I drank it like in 5 seconds, and I was like, it was gone. So they did my test, and we had to wait an hour. And
I know you too.
excuse me, I'm trying to tell a story here. So we had to wait an hour for the results. And you know they weighed me, and they said I was 168 pounds, and the test, you know, it came back good. So I was happy about that because I didn't want to have to retake it. So on the 15th to the 17th, my eye started twitching, you guys. My left eye, honey, I don't know. It was just my, and I don't mean like no regular twitch. It wasn't like a twitch, like, you know, barely twitch, but it was twitching like I had a problem, honey. I was like, oh goodness, what is wrong with me? And then also around that time, that's when my daughter, she started having hiccups. Yes, you guys, when you're pregnant, your child can have hiccups. So my little stomach would just be jumping. I'd be walking around, my stomach just be jumping, honey. And then people would be talking to me, and they'll see my stomach jump, and they was like, oh, is that her kicking? I'm like, no, honey, that's her with the hiccups. So, and also, you know how they tell you if your baby get hiccups, they be born with a lot of hair. So I was kind of happy about that, because they said you get heartburn and hiccups, or the baby get hiccups, and you'll have heartburn because the baby have a lot of hair, honey. They used to tell me a whole bunch of stuff when I was pregnant. So
She did have a lot of hair.
yeah, she was born with a lot of hair. But I wasn't getting real bad heartburn like they said, though. So, and I'm thankful for that, you guys, because
You didn't get it.
I
got it.
I got a little bit of heartburn, but he got most of it, you guys. I'm thankful for that, because, you know, sometimes you're pregnant and your significant other gets all the symptoms, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that we got to share the symptoms, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to go through it all by myself. So October 29th, October the 11th, I was 29 weeks, and we had my baby shower. We had one of my baby showers, and guys, it was so nice. So October the 13th, I was 30 weeks, and I had a doctor's appointment, and they did another sonogram, and they told me I was
be careful.
They told me I was 174 pounds, and she was 4 pounds, but she was measuring 2 weeks ahead. So when they told me that, I was like, 2 weeks ahead, and what is going on? You know, I have heard of people being measuring ahead, but I didn't understand why I was measuring ahead. Hold on, you guys. Sorry about that, you guys. But yeah, they had told me I was measuring 2 weeks ahead, and I was like, I didn't understand why, you know what I'm saying? So November the 4th, I was 33 weeks, and I had a nosebleed, and I was still having back pain, and my left side was hurting so bad. And the doctor was telling me the reason why my left side was probably hurting is probably that's where she was sitting at. So I guess that's where she felt most comfortable at, is on my left side, honey, because she had me in some pain, honey. Same thing on the 5th. Pain, just pain in my left side. And I had a nosebleed too on the 5th. So on the 6th, I went to the doctor and had my cervix checked, you guys, because I just, you know how when you ready, you feel like you about to pop, honey, you be like, can you check me to see how much I done dilated to, honey? Because, baby, I felt like I was dilated to a 9. That's what it felt like. I felt like she was pushing and about to come out. I felt like her head was right there. But, you know, they checked me, and they was like, no, you're not dilated enough. You just dilated. I think at that time I was like a 2. But I was having some serious back pain, honey. And my left side was hurting. And, you know, when they measured her, she measured 6 pounds and measured 37 weeks. So I'm like, 37 weeks? Why is she so big? You know, I'm like, y'all need to go ahead and take her out, because, you know, I don't want no big old baby. I didn't want no baby that was like 12, 14 pounds. So I was like, can y'all please just go and take her out? And they was like, no, man, we can't do that. We don't do that unless it's an emergency. I was like, well, this is an emergency, honey, because I'm in pain. Take her out. But they wouldn't do it, honey. And I was having contractions, you guys. Well, I guess they call them Braxton Hicks, honey. It felt like contractions, honey. It hurt so bad. I was like, oh, I just wish I could just go ahead and take her out. And then, you guys, also I was leaking. Like, I called my doctor, and I told them, I was like, I'm leaking. And she was like, you're not leaking, you're peeing on yourself. All lies. I'm not peeing on myself. I know what it feels like to pee on yourself. I used to be a child once. I used to be a baby once. Oh, this is not pee. I said, I'm about to have this baby, and it's leaking. She was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I was like, okay. It does what you say. I'm not. So, I'll say every other day, you guys, I was leaking. And, you know, hearing stories from other friends, when they started leaking, their baby was coming out. So I was like, I guess I'm going to have my baby at home, because the doctor won't, you know, admit me into the hospital and take this baby out. Talking about I'm peeing on myself. No, I'm not peeing on myself. Even like when I be at work or whatever, I would tell my coworkers, and I'd be like, y'all, I think the baby finna come. And they, my coworkers get mad at me. They was like, why you at work? You should be at home. But I wanted to keep working because, they say if you work throughout your pregnancy, it make the labor be easier. So I wanted to keep working. But y'all, that leaking was, So anyways, on the 30th, I was having contractions again. But this time, instead of being every 2 hours, it was like every 5 minutes, right? And I'm like, oh, yes, the baby's gonna come. And then the contractions will stop. They'll stop for like an hour or two, and then they'll come back. So when I called the doctor, they was like, don't worry, you're not in labor. They was like, come here if they every 5 minutes, and it just continues to be every 5 minutes or every 3 minutes. And I was like, well, I want to go and come in because I feel like she about to come. They was like, no, she not. So I was like, well, okay. So I hung up the phone with them, and I called my job, and I told them, what was going on. I was like, I feel like the baby's gonna come today. I was like, but I'm gonna still come to work because the doctor said everything is all right. And they was like, okay, you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. So I got off the phone with my job, and you know how you hungry, but you don't want to eat or whatever. So I just ate me a little snack because I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat me a little snack now, take me a nap, and then I'm gonna get up and eat me something big and get ready for work, and go ahead and go to work. So I ate me an orange. I ate me an orange, and then I was about to lay down for my nap, you guys. And you guys, I felt that leaking again. I felt the leaking, so I sat up, and I was like, baby, I'm leaking again. He was like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you should do. He was like, maybe you gotta go pee. Just go to the restroom. So I stood up, you guys, to get ready to go to the restroom. Soon as I stood up, splash, whole bunch of water. I mean, when I say a whole bunch, you guys, a whole bunch of water just gushed out of me, and it just kept coming. I was like, baby, my water broke. He was like, your water broke? I was like, yeah, my water broke. Baby, this man started acting crazy. First of all, let me tell y'all, when your water breaks, okay, when my water broke, I thought it was going to be like it is on TV. Your water break, water come out, and that's it. No, honey. My water was breaking for 3 hours straight. It kept on just gushing. It wasn't drizzling. You know how sometimes they say it drizzles out? Honey, no, it was gushing. It was like so much water. And my husband was like, we already had the suitcases and the bags and everything ready. We had them like by the door so that when this time do come, we be ready to go out the door. This man act like he didn't know what to do, honey. He went and grabbed some paper, y'all. He gonna come to me with some papers. I got the papers. What papers? What paper is that? He's like, for you. What I need some paper for? He's like, I don't know. Like, he was going crazy, y'all. I was like trying to calm him down. I'm like, let's grab the bags, get in the car, and head to the hospital. Honey, he was going crazy, honey. But yeah, my labor story, honey, is a whole nother story. But that was my pregnancy. How my pregnancy went for the year of 2014, being pregnant with my daughter. If you guys enjoyed this and you want me to tell my labor story of me being in labor and, the whole ordeal of the hospital and everything, just let me know. I just wanted to tell this story so that, I can have it for memories. And also when my daughter get older, she can watch it and see that, everything that she put me through. And, I just want to share that with you guys. And I thank you guys for watching. And I hope y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.